All right, we all know that a sweet treat is the most important part of a ketogenic diet, right, Dean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So today we are going to show you how to make these little squares of goodness. Do you want me to force feed you? Yeah, you do. These are macadamia almond butter fat bombs, and they are super delicious. They're only 3 ingredients, and we're going to teach you to make them right after this. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the Messy Keto Kitchen. For those of you who are new here, my name is Steffi. We do fun videos. We talk about keto, we talk about fitness, and today I'm going to bring you one of the best recipes that you can get for a sweet treat on keto. The best part of it, it's only 3 ingredients. I am very lazy when it comes to making treats or even just regular recipes for that matter. So if you're ready, let's get to making this thing. Here's what you're gonna need for ingredients. You want to do about 2 ounces of sugar-free chocolate chips. You can do Lily's sugar-free, Hershey's also has a sugar-free. And then to that, you're also going to do 1 ounce of regular unsweetened baker's chocolate. It just kind of balances it out a little bit. You're going to do 1 cup of macadamia nuts. I highly recommend going to nutstop.com and using our promo code, which will be linked down below. The reason I'm telling you to go there, I don't get any money off of it, nothing like that. You're just gonna get a much better deal on all of your nuts and delicious needs from there. And last but not least, almond butter, 2/3 of a cup you'll need of that, okay? Equipment that you're gonna need a bowl, nothing super special there, a 9x9 pan with some parchment paper and a food processor. You can't see it, it's down below my screen here, but trust me, it's there. If you don't have a food processor, a blender will work just fine. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my dark chocolate, I'm just gonna break it up. You can just break it up into the little pieces that already come with it, or you can chop it up. Apparently this is harder than it looks. And throw it into your food processor or your blender. Do the same thing with your chocolate chips. We're just gonna add those in. And then add your macadamia nuts in. Again, 1 cup of macadamia nuts. And we're just gonna pulse this until we get it blend together pretty good. So here we go. All right, so we want to make sure it's pretty fully incorporated. I don't know if you can see that, but basically it's supposed to almost look like a granola texture. And do it one more time here. All right, we're looking good. So if you can see inside my food processor there, it just looks like awesome chocolatey granola. This is gonna be so good. All right, so what you wanna do is grab that bowl that I was telling you about and go ahead and take your nuts and your chocolate and put it into the bowl. Like I said, guys, one of the biggest reasons, I think this is important because a lot of times people struggle with most diets anyway, but especially a keto diet, when you don't have like a little bit of a sweet treat available. And when you don't have that, you start to make bad decisions. So I always like to have a good sweet treat on hand or a couple options, especially stuff that can sit in your freezer so it's easy to access but doesn't take up much room. Okay, so I have that in my bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and add 2/3 of a cup of almond butter to it. And you could use peanut butter for this. There's no stopping you. It just depends on your macros. I can just tell you that almond butter tends to be a little bit easier on the keto macros. So we're gonna go ahead and just mix it all together. This looks so good. This is so easy, you guys. Like, you're gonna be amazed and astounded at how easy I just made your life. So anyway, just fully incorporate the ingredients and then go ahead and take that parchment lined cooking pan and put everything in there. Just drop it in all beautiful like. Sound effects are very critical, guys, so make sure you're making them, okay? So I'm just putting that in there, and then I'm gonna just evenly layer it out as best I can. And this isn't getting baked or anything, so you don't really have to worry about being super fancy, but you do want to even it out as best you can. Parchment paper can be kind of a pain to maneuver with, so don't worry, guys, nobody's judging you. These belong to you. They can be any shape or thickness that you want them to be, but alrighty. So we're gonna spread it to the edges, again, as best as you can. I know you guys are already excited about this. I'm excited about this because these are gonna be so good. And then, of course, the most important part, you can't see because I'm gonna take it off screen, but I'm gonna lick the the spatula. Oh yeah, quality assurance. So anyway, all right guys, we're back. So the minimum you want to put these into your freezer for is like 2 hours. I actually went a little bit longer only because I got sidetracked with a million other things to do. Not that anybody's ever done that before me, right? So anyway, you can leave them in, overnight too if you really wanted to. So here we go. Here is what it looks like, just about the same as what it did before we put it in. So I'm just going to take it out of the pan there and kind of pull the parchment paper away from it. And what I want to do is, just because based on the macros that I want to follow, I'm going to cut these into like smaller squares, but you can do whatever you want. You're a grown-up now. So again, based on your macros, based on whatever's going on in your life, you can make your choice. And I kind of like to do them a little bit smaller only because I like to be able to eat like a couple of them and not feel guilty. Whereas if you eat one big one and then eat a second big one, you kind of feel a little bit more guilt. So anyway, and so you can see it's still pretty soft. It's still, I mean, it's firmed up quite a bit, but obviously I got quite a bit out of it. You want to store these in the freezer afterwards. So you can put them in a Ziploc bag would be good. If you put them in the refrigerator or you store them back on the countertop, they're gonna soften because remember, these are made with the almond butter. So anyway, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 squares of deliciousness, you guys. Now don't forget, you can see the recipe down below. You can also go to nutstop.com to get the beautiful macadamia nuts and any other nuts that are on your grocery list for very inexpensive. So just use our promo code. Enjoy. We'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.